Hey. Can you dig it? Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. It's Untethered Live on a Friday night, and I'm your host, Jake Johnson, and joining me always is the Bandhammer.
Howdy, Untethered Live.
What's happening out there in the world? What's going on? How's Friday treating you? Is it one of those Freaky Fridays? Are we going out and having a good time, having a party? Or are we just chilling at the house with the socks and the sweatpants and whatever's going on TV?
I'm chilling in my bed with my covers.
Yeah.
It's cold.
How about that? It's 85 degrees outside. Lightning struck, started raining, and dropped ice. Dropped 20 degrees.
More than 20.
More than 20 now, but then it dropped 20 degrees over a period of about 30 minutes. Cold, like an Arctic breeze just blew in from Antarctica or something.
The north, they can close their damn doors. We don't want that shit up here. Y'all close the damn doors.
Close the doors. Ugh. Chilly. Anyway, Amanda.
Hi, Untethered Live family. Good to see y'all. Hope everyone had a good day. Hi, Jake. How are you tonight?
I feel like I called Mike Tyson a sissy.
Me too.
We'll tell the story here in a minute.
Happy Friday the 13th.
Ooh, is it Friday the 13th? No wonder today's been like it's been.
Exactly. I wasn't going to say nothing earlier, but I figured the day's over with now.
That's what happened.
Exactly.
I got it. I get it. It all makes perfect sense now.
I thought about that before it happened, too, and I was like, oh, man, I don't want to, but I didn't want to jinx it, so I didn't say nothing.
Yeah, well, here we are.
Done and over with. Can't do nothing about it now.
Amy's here. She says, greeting and salutations, everyone. Working that overtime, earning that big money that God blessed me. Amen to that. That's awesome. Congratulations. I know you deserve it. And you get a gold star for being first in chat, so you can add that on top of the pile.
There's your gold star, Amy.
Yeah.
And hamburger helper hand, Amy. Oh, Amy says, Amanda gold star. I don't get a gold star.
Yeah, she works here. It's a conflict of interest.
Hamburger helper hand, Amy.
You can't be glug and the star giver. Doesn't work out. How's Jake and Amanda tonight? Stove and sore and
sore.
Stiff.
Very, very sore. Hurting very bad.
Yeah. We had a motorcycle wreck today. And we feeling it. We'll talk about it. Anyway. What do we got going on here?
Let's see. I don't get a gold star, but it says nut thanks, but I meant butt thanks.
Nut thanks. That's my job.
My thumb wasn't working. Sorry.
Thank you for the coffee, though. You did manage that.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it very much. Don't you want to have a cup with me and talk about the world? If so, go to the kitchen, pour yourself up a nice hot cup of coffee, and let's get to talking about it. If you don't have a cup or coffee to put in the cup, you can get that in the description down below. I recommend the first cup. It has my face on it. But we also have Cafe Bustelo. It's a good, señorita. Check it out. Espresso. We got it down there. And also, you can get a coffee maker also if you don't have that. The whole gambit. You can get clothes to wear to the kitchen to make the coffee, and the coffee maker you got right there. Untethered Live. I provide everything. Also, like, subscribe, share, support, join, and super chats are available in the chat box if you'd like to show a little bit of love. If you'd like to help me purchase another vehicle. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, by the way.
Yeah, no, put us in a padded room. There you go.
Padded room, that'll work. One more thing. If you'd like to hang out with us, go over to facebook.com/UntetheredLiveChillin'. The link is in the chat. There is a chat over there just for us. It's where you can air your dirty laundry. It's where you can discuss plans of taking over the world. It's where you can devise creepy things. You can make jokes and get to know each other. It's a great place to talk.
If you have a disagreement,
over
talk
there.
It out.
And also, there are videos on that platform that are adjacent to or regular concerning the things that we're talking about over here. They're entertaining. They're free. They're fun. They're enjoyable. They're yours. Go check them out. The link is in the chat if you'd like to see that. And now, let's get down to business. Amy says, liked, shared, and invited some friends like a loyal viewer is supposed to do. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. I'm doing my part because I can't help the show financially. Well, nobody's expecting you to, honey. We've been down that road for a long time. You do what you can, and that's fine. Debbie's here. Hey, Debbie. She says, nope, I'm a rebel. I left the door open just for you. For me? Thank you. Judy says, hey, Jake and Amanda. Hey, Judy. How are you? Hey, Debbie. How are you?
Hamburger helper hand Debbie. Hamburger helper hand Judy.
Judy says, hey, Amy. A lot of hamburger helper hands.
Yeah.
Amy says, Judy, Debbie, wavy, wavy. Judy says, hey, Debbie. Amy says, oh, no, that's terrible. You guys are sore. Is the bike okay? Well, it's a little scratched up, a little scuffed up, but she's tough. She's a tough bird. She'll handle it.
Fortunately, I think she took the brunt of it.
The tire is shot, but...
Oh, yeah, the tire's done. And we got a light that's busted.
And I got a brand new tire sitting in the shop. I just have to put it on. Got to get an inner tube. That's the only thing I need.
Got some bendy to do. And
some bendy stuff to do.
And a light to replace.
But that's down the road. That won't stop it from running. It cranks up fine. It runs fine. It's not damaged in any way. Just cosmetic stuff. It's us that took the beating.
Yeah, we took the brunt of it.
Here's a little example you can see. Maybe you can see right here. See how my hand is all swole up and purple? That's from hitting the pavement to shield my face, which hit the pavement only like that. And she's got a scuffed up hand too, and some knees and some ribs. It's okay. We're tough. That's the life of a biker. I told her we got up. I said, well, we just experienced a motorcycle crash and we're not dead. It's a beautiful day. Because anytime you get on that motorcycle, the chances of you never getting off of it is not zero. I don't care how you look at it, how you sugarcoat it, how you delude yourself. It's not zero. There is a risk. You're on two wheels that rely on a piece of rubber that you can puncture with your fingernail if you wanted to. But you shouldn't want to, because why would you do that? They're $50, that little piece of rubber.
Well, I tell you what, though, when that bike went down, boy, it went down hard.
It went down hard. But we were not moving forward when it went down. I got it stopped before we got... Well, we were going like this.
We were almost stopped. We slid about 10, maybe 15 foot.
That was before we fell over.
No,
we
that
fell
was
over
after.
On stop.
No, that was after.
Trust me, I was in the front. We fell over when it stopped because it was already turning that way, and we just kind of kept going. But it was trying to spin around. I don't know if you've ever been on a motorcycle that's had a blowout, but the back end goes out from under you, one way or the other.
Especially when there's somebody sitting right on top of the tire.
And so it did, and it went that way, and I corrected, and it went that way, and I'm trying to down throttle at the same time and lower the gears while I'm trying to keep us upright, doing like this.
We were dancing.
Oh, shit, bam.
We were wobbling and slipping and sliding the ass around at the same time and trying to stay in our lane of traffic.
Car stops. He goes, you guys okay? Yeah. You want me to call an ambulance? No. Are you sure? That looked rough.
He's like, I saw that. He's like, I saw that. He said, that scared me.
That was pretty scary. But if you're a biker, it ain't no ride for a rider. God bless us, we're tough. You need to get this Temu thing off of my phone. It's driving me crazy.
I don't know what it is. I've turned it off. Did you turn it back on?
Every day, like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times a day.
Is it email or Temu?
It's like messages. It's like, you got something in your cart.
Okay.
I don't have anything in my cart. I don't even use Temu.
I'll turn it off again.
Anyway. Thank God you're not seriously hurt. That's what I said. As soon as we were like, take everything, you know.
Yeah, we were like doing
Star
body
David,
checks.
Whatever. We'll do them all. I don't want to not have a technicality. Yeah, it was pretty scary. Thank you, by the way.
Yes, thank you.
Amanda?
Took a little damage, but it'll be okay. It's fixable.
Yeah, it's just a machine. It's fixable. I was worried about her, really.
The worst.
I can take a beating. She can't.
The worst part's the busted light. And the bent.
That's right. Things can be replaced. People can't.
Yep.
John, what's up, buddy? He says, good evening, everybody. Nice to see you, John.
My chat jumped.
8:37.
I think we took the worst of it. The bike is steel.
Mabel says, ciao, everybody. Hey, Mabel, nice to see you. Come on in, take your shoes off. Fab Daddy, nice to see you, brother. How are you? Happy Friday, says Fab.
Nugget, Mabel, and Fab, hamburger helper hand.
Yay. Look at her learning how to economize. Fab Daddy says, knife, 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 knife. It's the 13th. It is.
Yes.
And now I understand why we got in a motorcycle wreck.
Yes.
Because it just when it rains, it pours, and it's Friday the 13th, and I don't have good luck to start with.
And I'm accident prone.
I woke up on the wrong side, on the good foot today. And Mabel says, gasp, Nugget, so good to see you back. Right on. Amy says, Fab, wavy hand. Mabel, wavy hand. John says, good to see you, Mabel. Prayers for you both. Prayers, prayers. Judy says, ouch, that looks awful, Jake. What happened? Motorcycle wreck.
He's got his big old hand messed up on the top, and mine's on the bottom around my thumb.
Fab Daddy says, if you saw a big guy in a hockey mask at Camp Crystal Lake, what do you do? Well, first of all, you don't go to Camp Crystal Lake, because if you've not seen the movies, that's what's wrong with the world. We watch the movies and then we do the thing.
I used to live in Crystal Lake.
Yes. So did I. And there are no camps in Crystal Lake. So if you go to one, first of all, ask, what the hell is this camp doing here? Second of all, what are you doing in a hockey mask? Third of all, run that way. Don't walk, run. Judy says, hey, Fab. Fab says, hockey mask. I got it. I'm with you, brother. It didn't shake my marbles loose. I probably won't be able to walk tomorrow, but
I don't know. It might have shook him loose pretty damn good. Speaking of what we had to do to get the damn thing home.
Oh, that was just redneck and stuff. I'm good at that part.
That was funny.
I have a trailer. It's been sitting outside for quite a long time, so I had to fortify the floor and build a ramp. But I didn't have ramp material. But I did have pipes and a few little pieces of angle iron laying around, and, well, I rednecked it up and made us a ramp.
That ain't.
And then I used a come-along to get the bike up onto the trailer, because I don't know if you know this or not, Harley Davidson weighs 1,000 pounds. It's a heavy bike, 998 pounds, something like that. But I have stuff on it, so it's even heavier. It don't roll very well.
Especially when the tire's not on the rim anymore.
Yeah, and if you have a tire that's not on the rim, it's a paperweight. So we had to come along it up onto the trailer, dragging the ramp with it because the wheel wouldn't roll. But we got it up there, and that's where it's at now. And that's where it's going to stay until I get the tire put back on.
Right. It can stay there.
I'll fix it right there on the ramp and then roll it off with it running.
But getting it home, whew, that was fun.
And we didn't have straps, so I had to ride it home on the trailer to hold it up because it'll fall. So that was fun.
That was funny. The whole time his brother-in-law's going, man, he's crazy. He's crazy.
I wondered what he was saying in there. Amy says, Fab, leave. Don't run into a barn or a house. Correct. Don't make the mistake that the girls make. Oh, what's that? We must go investigate that. No. Leave. Go to another town in another state, far away from the mask guy. Go to Elm Street or something. Mabel says, grazie, Nugget. I hope all is well with you. John says, I had loads of road rash. Or we have loads. Yeah, we got a little bit. Not bad. Not as bad as we could have because we wear leather and we're protected. So it could have been worse. Fab Daddy says, that's the Amber question of the night. Oh, the hockey mask thing? Yeah. Well, when she asks, I'll be sure to tell her. Amy says, or Fab, throw water on Jason because he's a pussy when it comes to water. Well, I know he drowned, but he was in that lake for a while. That might work. I don't know. I'd have to check the lore. Judy says, hey, Mabel and Hannah. And Judy says, ciao, Judy. Mabel says, ciao, Judy. Heart. How are you, sweet lady? Debbie says, Fab, I would invite him for dinner and give him a copy of How to Win Friends and Influence People as an after-dinner read. I could see that going over well.
I could see Debbie locking him in the basement.
Yeah, get her machete after him.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that might be interesting. He might be going to Elm Street. Hey, I
Right.
need some help over here. Judy says, hey, Nugget. And Temu can be so annoying. It is annoying. It drives me crazy. I don't even use Temu. It's on my phone because that one time I needed a part for a guitar or something years ago. But I don't use it regularly, and I don't, look at it or anything. But it bings me like 4 or 5 times a day. Every day. Fab Daddy says, I made cinnamon rolls today from scratch. Nice.
Good job.
That's cool. Did it turn out good? And did you enjoy them? I like a good cinnamon roll. And John says, hi, Judy. Good to see you. Amy says, I remember loading my Harley into the back of a truck. It took 3 of us. It took 3 of us to do this, too. We parked the truck down an incline smart and got it rolling, and the ramp was the hardest part. Yeah. It's not fun at all to load a bike. Bikes are only cool when they're moving. I assure you. When they can't move, it's a big headache. Don't let anybody tell you that owning a motorcycle is fun, because it's only fun while you're riding. If you're not riding, chances are you're fixing something, or working on something, or paying for something, or waiting for a part to fix something, or you got to call somebody, find somebody, know somebody, find somebody, call somebody, get them to go to your house and pick up your trailer and come get you.
Well, see, we didn't get that advantage. We had to walk home and then go back and get the bike.
Right.
So not only did we just fall off the motorcycle, we had to walk all the way home, too.
Fab Daddy says, I climbed a ladder and trimmed a tree at my mom's house. I visited my friend who gave me kielbasa links. So all in all, a good day. That's fantastic, man. Enjoy your kielbasa links with your cinnamon rolls, which is gross.
I come to a conclusion that some smoked sausage or some smoked kielbasa links or something like that would be good 15-bean soup.
Yeah, it might be. And little, if you cut it up little, I don't like the big. It's too rich. If you cut it up in small pieces, I think I could eat it. I don't like the big pieces though. Debbie says, Amanda, don't tell Jason my plans. Kevin needs a roommate. Well, just tell him to get a good hockey mask.
LOL, Debbie.
Fab Daddy says, I posted a picture of my sweet buns on Facebook. Nice. I hear you, buddy. Well, that's awesome that you're learning a new skill. I've done that before, too. I've decided one time that I wanted to learn how to make spaghetti from scratch, like all the way. So I made the egg noodles and hung them out to dry and shaped them by hand and did all of that. And then I made the sauce, everything from scratch. And it turned out pretty good. And I was done. I was happy with that. Then I decided I wanted to learn how to make preserves. So I went through all of that, canning and the whole 9 yards. And that was good. I never done it again, but I felt the urge to learn it, so I went and learned it. Because I like collecting skills. Maybe one day I'll have an urge to do it again, but I doubt it. All in all, though, it was a harrowing day. Quite unpleasant.
Yeah.
Patty Donahue says, hello, chillins. Hello, Patty. Nice to see you, sweet lady.
Hamburger Abraham, Patty.
Daddy says, I'm going to slice a link and a potato, fry it with a lid for breakfast tomorrow. Fry it with a lid? You don't have a frying pan?
Gonna fry it with a lid on it.
Oh, you mean to make it smoky. I got you. Understood. Sort of. I pictured you putting the lid on fire and frying it on the lid. There's other ways to do that. April Rain says cabbage and sausage is good. Hi, everybody. Love and hugs. LOL at Jake. Hello, April. Nice to see you. Debbie says, I wouldn't let my husband get a motorcycle, so he went and bought 2 4-wheelers so he and our son could see if they could off themselves that way. Men and their toys. Well, ask Amanda what I told her today.
Oh, which part?
About motorcycles.
They're not fun, and there's a 50% chance that you ain't coming off of it?
Yeah, I have no idea why we ride these damn things.
Oh, yeah, that's what he said walking home. As we're cussing all the way home and ow, ooh, ow, ooh. Hamburger helper hand patty in April.
It really ain't worth it if you get right down to it. Owning a Harley Davidson is kind of stupid.
It's a status symbol is what it is.
Especially when every day I see bikes of the Honda variety or the Yamaha variety and realize that I could have bought 3 of them for the money I put in that Harley. I could have 3 brand new V-Stars right now for the price of that Harley. It's kind of stupid. It doesn't make you cool, just so you know.
And if what would have happened today in a car, we would have been fine.
Yes.
Not ended up in the pavement and hurt.
Well, there's that. That rarely happens, though.
But
it's
still.
not a zero-sum game, but it doesn't happen that often. Remember, I've ridden for 30 years.
Yeah, but I mean,
I've crashed twice.
There's no chance on a motorcycle. You're going down.
Yes. Well, thank your lucky stars that you were with such an experienced rider and you went down the way you did, because it could have been, we could have went down when it first went like that, because most people would have went down at that point. I'm the guy that wrestled it to a stop before we hit the ground. We could have been going 40 miles an hour when we hit the pavement, which would have been bad. So experience goes a long way. But the problem with a motorcycle is, and if there's any guys out there that are riding or thinking about riding, you need to hear me. You need to listen to what I'm saying to you. A platypus is just a beaver that walks backwards. There are no such thing as beavers. Now you know, now you can live with it. But also, the problem with a motorcycle is when you think you have it under control.
You don't.
You do not. Do not fool yourself into thinking you are the master. You are not. You are riding a projectile on the outside. You are aiming it in the direction you want to go. At any moment, ever, it can kill you if it decides to. The odds are not in your favor. So if you're going to ride a motorcycle, be careful, drive slowly and cautiously, keep your eyes open, look through the turns, and have a plan. It's good to go to a parking lot and practice quick stops and reckless driving. You know, like skid the bike on purpose and try to counteract and fall in a place that you choose to fall in, because if you're going to fall, that's the place you want to do it, in a place you chose. You don't want to do it on the highway with traffic coming.
And wear a helmet, even if you don't have to.
Wear a helmet, yes.
And leather.
Gloves and leather. I know, it's a pain in the ass. You got to put on your leggings and your jacket and your gloves and your hat and your face. Do it.
Yes, do it.
It's worth it. That 10 minutes it takes to suit up every time, it's worth it. If you don't, you end up bruised up or worse.
I mean, I'd rather have the little bit of scrapes and bruises that we got than what we could have had if we hadn't been dressed. We'd have been in shorts and tennis shoes and all that craziness. We'd have been hurt bad.
Probably would have ended up in the hospital.
Yeah, we'd have been hurt real bad.
Nothing will take your flesh off faster than asphalt. If you want to see what it looks like to go naked for real, slide down the pavement a little ways. It don't take long. It'll peel you right up like a cucumber.
I mean, hell, it's still got the back of my hand a little bit, but
And it'll leave that nasty little gravel in your flesh.
yeah, I got
That
gravel
gots to
in.
be picked out with a wire brush.
I got gravel in the palm of my hand.
It's nice. I've had it a few times. All right, moving on. There's our PSA for today.
All right.
Amanda?
I already did those
Okay.
hamburger helper hands. You're at 852.
852. John says, can I say Jake's chat's going to jump? You can. It won't help. Can I say to everyone, please stop worrying about me? Not saying names, but I am doing good. There's a lot more people in the world. A lot worse. I know you all care. Said what had to. And I'm a British bulldog. Well, we love you, John. We're just trying to make sure you're all right. That's what friends do. They look after each other. They question whether or not each other's safe and cared for. You should be lucky that people love you. But you're right. We'll stop pestering you about how you feel. April says, haha. And that's a fact. And Judy says, hey, April. Fab Daddy says, keep the moisture for the potato to steam fry while absorbing the fat grease of the link. You're right. I just pictured it a different way, that's all. Aaron, what's up, brother? Aaron says, rings the doorbell and runs away. Well, come on back. How you doing, buddy? Nice to see you. We missed you last time. Amanda.
Oh, sorry. Hamburger helper hand, Aaron.
Aaron says, yo. Fab Daddy says, don't run away again. April says, hi, Amanda and Jake and Debbie and Judy and Fab and Kevin and Aaron and Amy and John. And is Amber here too? Not yet.
No, not yet.
Fab Daddy says, my little runaway, a runaway. That's one of the first songs I ever learned. It might be the first song I ever learned. Back in the day, many, many moons ago. The Ventures, was it? I think it was the Ventures. Might have been Del Shannon. I can't remember. April says, whoa, back up. What happened? Motorcycle wreck. We're alive. Debbie says, hey, Aaron, the head of the No Pants Club is here. I hope every member is dressed accordingly. Yes. No pants, they're a flinging. And Judy says, hey, Aaron.
We had a motorcycle accident. The motorcycle crashed today, April.
April says, run, and run away. I can't do the ooze anymore. Judy says, my brother was killed on his Harley. That will happen.
Yeah.
Thank you, lucky stars, every time you get off of one. I try to remember. I don't always, but I try to remember to thank God every time I get home safely and pray before I pull out.
Fortunately, we kind of had a warning, so we were kind of taking our time because we thought something was fixing to happen.
Yeah, we knew it was going to happen, but we were trying to get home, which we should have pulled over right then and there and just walked. But we were trying to make it home, and we knew it was coming. We just didn't know we were going to hit the ground, per se. Which, you know, almost an inevitable thing. But I'm sorry about your brother, Judy. But yeah, those Harleys can be dangerous. Or any bikes. Aaron says, alive is good. The world needs you both. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Aaron says, I'm burnt out. Early hours have me missing. I hear you, buddy. Well, what's important is that you get good rest. Don't worry about this. We'll be here. Just make sure that you get a lot of rest and eat. Don't forget to eat. Because you don't have any fuel, you can't burn any fuel. You know what I'm saying? I know them early hours suck. I used to work 5 to 5 every day. It sucks. But get plenty of rest and make sure you drink and eat and you'll be good. That money will look good on the end of the week. April says, always facts. Protect your life and self. Sounds painful, geez. It ain't nothing. April says, Judy, my cousin was also I'm so sorry. Which cousin? What cousin do we have that was killed in a motorcycle accident? Or is it a cousin on the other side of the family? Amy says, hi, April. And Aaron, heart, kissy face. And April says, hi, Amy, lovely, heart. John says, my brother was killed and his best friend on dirt bikes. And Jake's so right. Get protective clothes and a helmet. Prayers, both of you. Thank you very much. Yeah, you got to be careful. I mean, a motorcycle is a cheap, economical way to travel, and it's fun and leisurely, but don't get in a rush. Don't get out there thinking you're going to prove something, and don't take it for granted. For God's sake, make sure you dress for the occasion and make sure that you are skilled at what you do.
Thank you, Nugget.
And thank you for the prayers. Appreciate that. April says, amen. Thank God y'all are all right. Wow. Yeah. We did. Judy says, thanks, Jake. Amber's here, if anybody wants to know. And what would you do, Amber, if you went to Camp Crystal Lake and saw a man in a hockey mask? Amber says, happy Red Friday, friends. America, hearts and prayers.
Thanks, April. And hamburger helper, Amber.
And the bear.
Yeah.
Amy says, GG, wavy hand. Amber says, y'all were in a wreck? Yes. Not a wreck, a crash. There were no other people involved. We just hit the ground. Amber says, I'm thankful y'all are safe. Thank you. We are too. And now I got to start all over. And Judy says, thanks, April. So sorry. And thanks, Nugget. So sorry for your loss. And Amber says, Jake and Amanda, I'm starting a prayer chain for y'all. Well, thank you, sweetie. I appreciate that. I'll take all the prayers I can get. Judy says, hey, Amber. And Fab Daddy says, that's my question tonight, Amber, about the Crystal Lake. I meant to say that. Did I not say that? I was thinking it.
You
Sorry.
said the question, but you didn't say it was Fab Daddy's question.
I meant to. I just got sidetracked. Sorry.
And thank you, Amber.
Amy says, the overtime event is over. I'm just cleaning the restrooms tonight, so I don't have to do it first thing in the morning. I hear you. That's wise. I thought you had a truck, Jake. I do. It's broke.
It blew it up, April.
John says, prayers to everyone who lost anyone, too. Amen to that. Fab Daddy says, what is Red Friday?
Remember everyone deployed.
Mm-hmm.
Amber says, Red Friday. Remember everyone deployed.
Or Randall educates dirty. April says, it was Josh, Aunt Melanie's son, one of the twins. Oh, I didn't realize they were cousins. I know who you're talking about, though. Amber says, Fab, our troops overseas. Right on. Fab says, Red Friday the 13th. That's why we had the crash today, because it's a bad luck day.
All right.
And I am the king of the bad luck hump. If there's a bad luck, if there's a bad luck hump, I'm on top of it. You ever heard that expression, if I didn't have bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck at all? I am the marketing team for that slogan.
He's the bad luck king, and I'm accident prone queen.
Amen to that.
We make a good team.
It's like Beavis and Butthead if they were blind and deaf.
I get hurt over nothing.
Amy says, did everybody remember to share the video? Yeah, hit that share button. Like, subscribe, and thumbs up. Fab Daddy says, gives it even more descriptive title, right? It is definitely one of them days. But
It's over.
It's over, and I have all of the parts -1 to fix the thing, so it's not like I'm really far down a hole. It's just another thing I got to fix. Just an annoyance, really.
It's just going to take us a few days to be able to move enough to fix it.
Yeah, I ought to be good at it by now. I've been through that tire about 4 times trying to patch old tubes. And I have been unsuccessful. I had one that was successful. I drove it to work twice. I thought it was good. I decided to go to town today, and it threw me on the side of the road. So, lesson number 2, don't patch your tires. Spend the money. Or invest early and get tubeless tires, which I'm about to do.
I'll say that's what's fixing to happen.
Amber says, Fab, multiple questions from you. It must be a funky day. Fab Daddy says, I'm sugar rushing. He's got to get his energy out somewhere. Amy says, I actually had a great day. First one in quite a while. It was really quiet and productive. That's fantastic. I'm so glad to hear that. It's lovely to have a good day. Makes you feel good all over. Feel well rested and accomplished. That's great. I'm proud of you. Amber says, sugar rush from sugar. Wait for it. Sugar. Aaron says, I need candy. Fab Daddy says, cinnamon rolls. And Amy says, I've got spearmints in my purse, Aaron. I love spearmints. Fab Daddy says, I've already eaten 2 of them. Well, if you made them, you deserve to eat them, right? Amber says, nice, Fab. From where? He made them from scratch. Fab says, from scratch. I can't say I've ever made cinnamon rolls. I mean, I have at a restaurant, but never to eat for myself. But that would be good, now that you're talking about it. April says, thanks, John Love, heart. Aaron says, open that purse, then I got some looking to do. Always got to scrounge around in there to see what's carrying. Women can put all kinds of things in a purse. I ain't never seen nothing like it in my life. April says, hi, Amber Lovely. If y'all weren't here Wednesday, y'all missed some good music. I played my album for everybody. It was fun. Then I had to go back and delete all the clips of the music because they copyright claimed me. So if you are here, you'll get to see it when that happens, but you can't go back and watch it later. Amber says, scratch, sweet. I've only made poop in the can, and I've only made poop the can kind. I've only made poop.
It's supposed to be pop.
I've only made pop the can kind. That still don't make sense.
Yeah, it does. Like the Pillsbury ones where you roll
you bang it on the.
Yeah,
okay. Well, that's kind of from scratch. You scratch up your counter when you bang that can on it.
Well, if you do it right, you don't have to bang it.
And John says, when I get back up and running, I think about starting up my own business, doing driveways, jet washing, and maintenance. And now I can't walk 20 miles a day, right? Well, if you get your business started, you'll at least be in charge of your destiny. You'll be able to set your own pace and work at your own leisure. That's a good thing. Fab Daddy says, it's good with my coffee. Oh, yeah. Cinnamon rolls, toast, anything's good with coffee. Coffee is good with coffee. I might have another cup with this one. Amber says, eyes, evening, lovely. April says, LOL, Aaron. Amber says, oh, Lord, coffee too? That's the only way to roll. What it is? What's up, buddy? Nice to see you. He says, sitting on park bench, snot running out of his nose.
Aqualunging.
Aqualunging? I don't know what that is. Hello, Jake and Amanda, and to all Untethered Live. Hello, what it is. Nice to see you, brother. Fab Daddy says, puff, 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 puff. It's okay, pass. Amy says, I always get screwed when I pop the biscuit can. Or scared. I always get scared when I pop the biscuit can. Why? You think it's going to be the one that just blows up? I can see that. I can see that.
Hamburger helper hand, what it is.
Amber says, what it is, smiley, smiley. Fab Daddy says, I'm getting my kicks on Route 66. The last time I played that song, I was in Minot, North Dakota, playing with an Indian fella. Pretty interesting. Amy says, what it is? Wave your hand. Amber says, coffee sounds yummy, though. Be right back, y'all. I'm with you, dear. Aaron says, really entertaining discourse. Thank you. Thank you very much. I try. Judy says, hey, what it is? Amber says, heart, 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 heart. 4L. 4L? Who's L? Have you seen any beavers lately? What it is it's good to be seen. I bet it is. I've been seen once or twice. I know what you mean. I'm with you. Saw the pavement up close today.
Too close.
It's good, though. Sturdy. Strong.
Didn't move.
My hand itches like crazy. I know that. You ever had a hand itch? It's weird. How much is a tubeless tire? Oh, I have no idea.
They don't make tubeless tires for that motorcycle.
They do. They do. You just have to get a new rim.
Well, that's what I meant. Yeah, we have to get a new rim.
Or you have to convert the one that's on it, which can be done. I don't know how trustworthy that is, but it can be done.
We're just going to have to get another rim for it.
Eventually.
Yeah, and go without go tubeless.
Debbie says, I've seen a beaver. Are you sure it wasn't a platypus walking backwards?
I've seen a beaver, too, every time I look between my legs.
Gross. April says, hey, what it is, good to see you. What it is says, you revealed all over this nation playing music. Not revealed all over the nation playing music. John hits me with a 10-pound super chat. Thank you, John. I appreciate that, buddy. I've traveled all over the East Coast. I wouldn't call it the nation. I'm a, what you call a regional act. Sub-regional act. I travel, but only on this side of the country. I don't draw the kind of demand, or didn't, that could take me across the nation. But if it was on this side of the country, I had my hands in it. I wasn't quite a national act. I was a regional act. Judy says, yay, John. Amanda says,
Ooh, thanks, Nugget.
April says, John, thanks, love. Woohoo. Heart and wavy hand. Amy says, very kind of you, John. Or Nugget. Sorry. Aaron says, backwards beavers is a platypus. Yes, I thought it was a hairy hole. It can be, but if you go look at a beaver and then get you a video of a beaver walking around and then just run the video backwards, you'll notice it looks like a platypus. There you go. So one of the two are not real. The other one is just backwards footage. I'm sticking to it. Makes sense in my head anyway. Debbie says, ha, Amanda, you knew what I meant.
That's right.
Big old hairy hole. The hairy clam, says Fab Daddy.
That's a hairy clam.
Yeah, it kind of brings new meaning to the old clam bake. It seemed innocent enough. They were at the beach after all, but I wonder if they knew what they were talking about.
I mean, you guys refer to them as beavers, so...
I have never. I say vagina.
It's Mac.
Amy says, I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere. I breathe the mountain air, man. I've been everywhere. Travel, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. I've been to Minnesota, Arkansas, dude. I don't know the words.
That's
I
right.
know the song, though.
That's right, Debbie.
What it is Winona's big brown beaver. Scary. April says, ha, Aaron. Aaron says, smiley face with breasticles. Amy says, ha, Aaron. Fab Daddy says, only one of those creatures can kill you with poison. I don't know if they're deadly or not. I don't know that much about platypuses, but I do know they're venomous. Whether it'll kill you or not, I don't know. They use that venom to mate, so it can't be that bad. But also kind of makes you wonder about a platypus, how they have to dose their partner. So it's, you know, the original Spanish fly, I guess, is where Bill Cosby got the idea. What it is says, yeah, thank you, John. Aaron says, hides my drink so I don't get poisoned, right? Thank God you're not a platypus, or it would be in the cards. Debbie says, which one, Fab? Platypus. Fab Daddy says, love primes. What it is?
Premise.
That says primes.
I know, but it was autocorrect.
Premise. Okay. Love premise. What it is? A D and autocorrect. Or damn autocorrect. I call him a porcupine, says John. A porcupine? No. A porcupine is a porcupine. That's an armadillo with spikes. That's an armadillo with a bad hair day. Aaron says, Poppin' Biscuit Cans, band name. That's actually a pretty good band name. I like it. Poppin' Biscuit Cans. Aaron says, LOL. What it is the platypus is a very strange animal. It's like a hermaphrodite in a way. Well, no, it's not, because it does have sex with the opposite sex. But it is a mammal that lays eggs, which is weird. And it's venomous, and it uses that venom to mate, and it's got two big hooks on its back legs that hooks into its mate. So there's that, and that's weird. And it does look like a beaver backwards. That's weird. It has a duck's disposition, but a beaver's body. So that's weird. So it's more like God was smoking dope. He made the dope plant before he made the platypus, is all I'm saying.
So he poisoned you, then he sticks you, and then he pokes you. Or then he stabs you, and then he pokes you. Wow, that's mean. I wouldn't want to give him none either.
Sexy if you're a platypus. There we go. I got that fixed. Pronounced Primus. That's a band. Jerry was a race car driver. He drove so called darn fast. Yep, that's a band, Primus. If you're talking about a premise, that's PREMUSSSSS. April says, haha, smiley, smiley. What it is, would anybody like any jello pudding, said Bill Cosby to the fly. That's what got him in trouble. Debbie says, God made platypus out of a spare parts. I think you're probably right about that. He definitely ran out of ideas and mixed a few together. I think it proves God has a sense of humor. I think it was a Temu delivery. Aaron, you're right. It could have been. Could have been one of them Chinese deals. It's a knockoff beaver from Temu. It looks like a beaver, but it runs backwards, and it'll poison you. Amy says, tomorrow is Pi Day. That's 3.14. I did not know that. I mean, I know what pi is. I didn't know tomorrow was Pi Day. I didn't know there was a Pi Day.
Well, yeah, it's 3/14 tomorrow.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. And guess what 3/15 is? Do we got any brown coats in here? Tomorrow will be a day that I can say tomorrow Sunday, they're going to announce a new Firefly project. If you're into that sort of thing. Kind of exciting to me. Aaron says the platypus was sent to the wrong planet. Yeah, you might be right about that. Might be one of those alternate universe things. What it is says a hermaphrodite is weird too, Jake. When he's talking about, come on now, get with the program, old son. A hermaphrodite is both male and female. Fab Daddy says, I thought it was GHB that got Cosby in trouble. I'm not sure what he used. It might have been GHB. It might have been Spanish fly. It might have been, Quaaludes. Who knows? But he used something. He was definitely slipping to Mickey, whatever that means. I heard people saying it back in the day, but I never knew what it meant. I knew what the action was, but I don't know what the drug is. April says, oh, good Lord, LOL. Amber says, I have a coffee, and now to get cinnamon rolls. Where is Fab? Right there. Aaron says, platypus has a plate, looks for the other part. Right. Amy says, the Ides of March. March seems to be a month filled and fraught with trouble. Friday the 13th, the Ides of March, Pi Day. There's a lot going on in March. April says, I learn something new every time I get on this channel. Well, you should.
That's the point.
What the whole point of this channel is to learn something new every time. I'm grateful for that. Thank you. And good job. Amy says, woo. And Aaron says, yeah, number one. Fab Daddy says, GHB, it's in Drano, the date rape drug. Is it in Drano? I'm not drinking Drano to find out. I'm not gullible. I'm not a gullible, horny bitch. GHB. April says, yay, I'll have to bake a pie.
They use Drano in making meth, too.
Yeah. They use Red Devil Eye.
Well, they do shake and bake. They use Drano and battery acid and all kinds of stuff.
Probably. I know they use lithium from batteries.
That's what I'm saying, battery acid.
Well, let's stay away from all of that. Because that's real trouble. I don't need any of that. Amy says, Tuesday's St. Patty's Day. Is it? Nice. I'll have to be sure to wear something green so I don't get pinched on the bottom. On second thought. Aaron says, Drano ironic. It's used in holes. That is ironic. I wonder if Alanis Morissette has anything to do with Drano. Aaron says, the 21st birthday on the 21st.
Nugget says my birthday is on the 21st of this month.
Well, happy birthday for the 21st. Let me write that down so I don't forget it. I will be sure to celebrate your birthday on March 21st. April says, cheers, Amy. Patty, patty. Heart. Patty, patty, heart. I guess that's patty cake bakers, man. Roll them, throw them in the pan. What it is says DT. DT? Are you having the DTs? Or do you just shake a lot? Fab Daddy says, I forget everyone's birthday. I do too. That's why I have to write it down. I'm not good with numbers. April says, cool, Aaron. Nice. So how young are you again? It's my MO, says Fab Daddy. And John says the first day of spring over here. Nice, nice. It definitely feels springy outside.
That was us last week. Last weekend.
Mm-hmm. What it is says St. Patrick's Day. Right on. DT. I don't get it. Debbie says, phew, I'm just glad I don't have anything clogged.
Especially after the other night, huh, Debbie? Shouldn't have nothing clogged.
Well, if you root around in there with devices enough, you'll keep it clear.
I think after Wednesday night, she had everything draining.
Oh, good Lord. What happened? Oh, yeah. I remember. Aaron says, I'm 12, April. Just big for my age. April says, lamau. Amber says, Nuggie, it's your birthday on the 21st. That's 6 more days. 6 or 7. Fab Daddy says, I got bees in my trees. Knock them off. If there's a bees in your trees, knock it off.
At least it's better off that it's not in your britches.
Amy says, 12, huh? Interesting. Aaron says, yes, and you're 11. That's legal. Amber says, nice Fab. Sounds like a no thank you. The bees in his trees? Yep, if you're adverse to bees, you don't want to get in those trees. They sting you. Debbie says, Aaron, is 12 the size of your feet? Aaron says 13.
Oh, damn, Debbie.
Fab Daddy says, they like the blossoms. What kind of trees you got? Blossoms, I'm guessing dogwood or crepe myrtle.
He got them California bees. They're gay.
Oh, they might be cherry trees then. Crabapple trees and a cherry tree. I told you it was a cherry tree. Aaron says, I have big feet for my age, too. Right on. You know what they say about a man's feet, right?
Nothing.
Yeah, they say
Their
he
feet?
needs to wear big shoes.
It don't mean shit, though.
Well, I don't have very big feet.
My point.
Amber says, oh my gosh, cherry trees. Cherry trees are beautiful this time of year. John says, people was laughing at me today with my Zimmer frame with speakers on it. I was laughing too.
I bet.
That's the way you do it right there, buddy. Don't let them laugh at you. Laugh with them. And Debbie says, phew, you know what they say about men with big feet? They wear big shoes. What it is says, you really knocked something loose, Tiger.
Yeah.
Yeah, my ribs.
Yeah, my ribs too. Everything on the left.
Fab Daddy says the mandarins blossom soon too. Nice.
I was standing outside the other night, just before dark, and our jasmine bush is covered in blooms.
Yeah, I've got blooming jasmine, night jasmine all across my back fence. It's lovely. It smells wonderful. Amy says it's going to be mushroom season very soon.
Yeah, if you can find cow pastures that don't have salt lock in their feed.
Are you talking about that kind of mushroom, or are you talking about like truffles? Because truffles can be very lucrative if you can find them. Amber says, take a picture of the cherry tree in blossom. Oh, my gosh. There he is, Kevin Bernard. What's up, brother? He says, hello, Jake, Amanda, and everyone. Nice to see you, man. How you doing? Come on in, take your shoes off. Amy says, Kevin, wave your hand. And Aaron says, I don't know how to hunt mushroom, but they're tricky little bastards. You got to stay on your P's and Q's. They're fast.
You got to play in the poop.
You got to get you a bag and get out in the middle of the night with a flashlight and catch them when they're grazing.
A little before the sun comes up is the best, when the dew's on the ground and they're wet.
It's like hunting snipe.
Yep.
Amber says, good evening. Kevin says, Amy.
Hamburger helper hand, Kevin.
Fab Daddy says, and I got a dogwood that blossoms in a month or two. We got some dogwoods around here, too. Amy says, morel mushrooms. Okay, I got you. Kevin says, Fab Daddy, hamburger upper hand. Judy says, I thought it was the size of the hands. Well, really, all bodies are proportional. So, if you have long digits, chances are you have a long penis. But that rule is not exclusive to long-digited people. I have very short digits, as you can see. It is not indicative of what I'm carrying. I promise.
And your fingers are not that short.
I have very short fingers. I have very long palms. Look very closely. Tiny fingers, long palms. John says, I buy a pig there and find them or a dog. Buy a pig, find them or a dog, or buy a pig or a dog to find truffles. Right, got it. Both of those are good at finding truffles. Or, stick with me here, go to Italy and dig on the side of a tree. That's where they grow.
Yeah, but the hallucinogenics you want come out of manure.
Truffles don't do that. Truffles are like a delicacy.
Yes, I know.
I really don't know why, though. I've never tasted one, so I don't know what the big hoopla is. I don't know if it's sweet or what it is, like chocolate. I don't know.
Regular mushrooms are nasty anyway. But
People rave about it, though. Like it's something awesome. You want to put it on your ice cream or whatever. I really don't know. It's just one of those. It's like a falafel. I know what the word is. But I've never put one in my mouth. I have no idea what it even looks like. Judy says, hey, Kevin. Fat Daddy says, but the tulip are up and daffodils. The tulips and the daffodils are up. I thought you said but tulips. Are greeting me at the door. I'm being attacked.
Oh, yeah?
Stink bug or something. The tulips and the daffodils are greeting me at the door. So what you're saying is you open your door and there's flowers in your yard. Got it. Aaron says, point at a mushroom. Put your hands up. Mushroom is like. Now that is a
That's a trippy mushroom.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the name of it. I keep thinking muscalera, but I don't think that's it. It starts with an M though.
We go through this every time.
Every time?
Yeah, every time we talk about these mushrooms, you can't never remember the name of them.
I can't, but I know what it is. We've never talked about these before.
Yes.
But that would stand to reason, by the way. If I can't remember it, it's because I can't remember it. I'm not making it up. That's it. Say it again.
Amanita muscaria.
Amanita muscaria. Yeah. Something like that. That's the Santa Claus mushroom. Amber says, Judy, heart. Fab Daddy says, hi, Kevin. And Kevin says, hey, Judy. Hey, Amber. Hello, Amber. Hang on.
9:32, I think.
Yep. And hello, John, or hamburger helper hand John, says Kevin. Amy says, John, I want mushrooms, not truffles.
Right.
All right.
So she wants poopy mushrooms.
She wants portobello mushrooms.
No, those are the ones you eat.
I think that's what she's talking about. Or she might be talking about, talking to dolphins and seeing elves.
Yes.
Amber says, how are you, Kevin? Aaron says, mushrooms. Debbie says, 3 times the length of your thumb is all I'm saying. Well, I don't know about length, but I got a chicken leg there. You see that? I'm built like a tall boy beer can. Fab Daddy says, I'll take the truffles. Those are with the price of silver. Yeah, but I don't know what a truffle is. I know what it is, but I don't know what it tastes like, and I don't know what you do with it. I know you put it on stuff, but what stuff? Fab, they're worth the price of silver. Yeah, they are worth money. They're very expensive, actually. If you had a lot of truffles, you'd have a lot of money. April says, hi, Kevin Love, heart. Amy says, truffles taste earthy like dirt. Well, why would anybody want to put it on their sweets? I don't get it.
That's what I'm saying. They're nasty.
Rich people swear by them, but then again, they eat escargot and fish eggs. What's that called? Caviar. So maybe I shouldn't trust what rich people eat. Kevin says, hello, April. Amber says, have you ate those before, Fab? I have not. Amy says, breaded mushrooms are awesome. See, I told you she was talking about food. Aaron says, or sleepy. Maybe that's a sleepy face.
That's a sleepy face.
Are you sleepy, buddy? John says, I just have to look out my window at 5 a.m. Magic mushrooms pop up. That's kind of scary. Why are magic mushrooms popping up out your window at 5 o'clock in the morning? Or are you saying you live on a cow pasture? Amber says, I only like mushrooms if they are hidden in other food. Right. Well, a mushroom is an acquired taste. I like them in spaghetti and things like that. There's some times that a mushroom is acceptable to me. I'm not a big fan of it, but they do add a flavor, and that's good.
That's about the only thing that I'll eat them in is spaghetti.
Mushroom gravy is good, so, you know. There are uses for mushrooms, but I'm not a big fan. Amy says elephant ear mushrooms, peckerheads, chicken of the woods. That's some eating right there. I got some mushrooms that grow in my yard, and I have a friend who's real woodsy and he like wears shoes made out of beavers, for real. Why he came up in this podcast is just ironic, but he's that kind of guy, you know. And he was walking around my yard one day, and he just bent over and picked up a mushroom and started eating it. I was like, I wouldn't do that. You might die. He said, oh, these are good. So apparently you can eat the mushrooms in my yard. I'm not doing it, but he did it. And he's still alive, so. They were white mushrooms. And it might be that chicken of the woods kind of thing you're talking about. I think I remember him saying something similar to that. Or maybe he said tastes like chicken. Whatever. I'm not doing it, but you're welcome. Come get all you want. They get pretty big. Amy says some mushrooms are medicinal. Yes. Kevin says portobello mushrooms. That's the kind you put in the spaghetti. Those are good. Under that, yeah, Amanita muscularia, muscaria. That's it, muscaria. Amanita muscaria. That's what it is. That's the one that'll make you talk to dolphins and see elves, mechanical elves. Aaron says, big feet mean part rabbit. That's right. Part platypus. Fab Daddy says there's a few varieties of psychedelic mushrooms. Yes. If I'm going to do a psychedelic, though, I'm going to skip all the bullshit and get right to the point, which is what I like to do. I'm going straight to the Amazon to get the ayahuasca. Ain't no sense in beating around the bush with DMT or anything like that. Let's go get some ayahuasca and really talk to God. Or whoever's out there talking. I'm not convinced it's God. Debbie says, Aaron, I guess that means you have long, hairy ears. Rabbit.
You can read it.
Amanita muscaria, distinctive red and white capped mushrooms containing muscimol, which produces different, often sedative effects compared to psilocybin. Psilocybin is the thing that sends you off into outer space. Or DMT, dimethyltryptamine. Which is in morning glories, if you want to know.
And angel trumpet.
I don't know how you get it out of the morning glories. You can't just eat the plant. That'll just make you sick.
No, you pick it off and suck it out the base. Same thing you do with angel trumpet. But angel trumpet, if you don't know how to do it, it'll kill you.
That's my point. I wouldn't recommend it, but it is in morning glories. And your brain actually produces DMT. That's how you dream. I don't know how you can turn up the faucet, though. It'd be cool if you could do that. Just, ooh. But nope. God knew what he was doing. He didn't put a lever on it. He knew we would never stop pressing that button. Amy says, unless someone gets a rabbit foot for luck, not so lucky for the rabbit, right? I need about 5 of those. John says truffles are about 1,000 pounds over here. Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Well, they're a delicacy here, too.
They are worth their weight in gold, from what I understand. Fab Daddy says truffle salt is affordable and a good introduction over truffle oils. Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
Go ahead.
Psilocybe cubensis, psilocybe cubensis, known as cubes or gold caps, is the most common cultivated magic mushroom. Gold caps. What about the one with the ring around the bottom? I know that one too. Aaron says, Amy likes my floppy ears. I bet. You have nice floppy ears. Aaron says, Jake showed off that thumb. Boom. Got a big old thumb. Look at that thing.
Look at his hand. Do that again. Put your left hand back up there.
What?
Good. No, the other way.
This way.
No.
It's this one.
Yeah, that's what I said. Put your left hand back up there. Jeez Louise.
Yeah, look at that. Good sugar. It's nice, ain't it? Like I called Mike Tyson a sissy.
Mm-hmm.
Amy says, floppy ears are better than something else floppy. Damn right. You can grab those floppy ears, too. John says, it's damp grass, moisture that they grow in the countryside. Oh, nice. So you're right there in the area where you can just go out and pick them then. Sweet. A lot of very happy neighbors, huh? Where did Mabel go? Wasn't she here? Mabel, are you just being quiet or did you just come in and go out? April says, hi, Mabel, lovely. Debbie says, the Jezebel spirit is strong here, huh? Nah. Aaron says, Amy, floppy disk? No. Hard disk. Interesting. They have both of those. Amy says, floppy fish. Amy says, yes, Aaron. And Fab Daddy says, hold on, my chat jumped.
940.
Chicken of the woods is orange. Okay, well, these are white, so that wouldn't be it then. Maybe he said it tastes like chicken. Aaron says, I'm a Jazzy Belle. I have returned to collect. Right on. Amy says, I have a hardwood rotten tree stump in my yard. Every year it's a bounty of chicken of the woods. Nice. Is that the big, like, grows in, like, around the side of a tree in little, like,
Yes.
terraces?
Yes.
I know what you're talking about. I've seen those before. Amber says, hey, Mabel, is Hannah with you tonight? If so, unicorn hearts. I think she left. I think she just popped in to say hello. I'm not sure. Amy says, jazz hands. Aaron says, jazz hands should be outlawed. It depends on how you use them. There's a place for it. And finger snapping. I hear you. I don't like that either, especially for applause. I like finger snapping if you're getting into the funk, but I don't like it when people are in a crowd and they snap instead of clap because they don't want to offend anybody with an abrasive noise. Look, get over yourself. We're here to have fun. Stop that. What it is I like those cottage cheese mushrooms. They really are flavorful. Cottage cheese mushrooms. How do you grow those? Amy says, jazz hands. All over the place. Debbie says, just jazz hands from Will and Grace. Ha ha ha. I never watched that show. Aaron says, Jack was funny. And Amy says, like puffball mushrooms. What it is, those are good. I don't think I've ever seen one of those. Or are you talking about amber jelly? What it is. That's tasty too. I definitely don't know what that is. But there is a cute little girl on the internet on YouTube that is a mushroom freak. If you ever find her, she's all about the mushrooms. She takes pictures of them up close. And that's not really the reason she's there, if you know what I'm saying. But you can learn something about mushrooms anyway. If you can, pay attention to them. Bag of frozen peas on my hand, says John. Yeah, I might put some ice on it. It's not throbbing yet. If it gets to throbbing, I might do that. Kevin says, my buddy got rear-ended by a rice burner tonight. Condition of the rider unknown. That's horrible. I got in a motorcycle crash today, too. I'm sorry to hear that about your buddy. Is he okay?
We got in a motorcycle crash today.
And didn't I just say that?
You said you.
Well, aren't you me?
Well, yeah, but I'm not always with you on the motorcycle. It took both of us out.
Either way, I'm sorry to hear about your buddy. I hope he's doing okay.
Well, yeah, his buddy was in the car probably.
And it don't matter. I hope he's doing okay.
How does our rice... I mean, clearly he wasn't paying attention.
He runs into you. I've seen it happen. A lot of weird things can happen on a motorcycle if you're not paying attention. Amy says, ghost pipe mushrooms are weird looking, but they're extremely medicinal. What does it look like? A ghost pipe. Prayers for your friend, Kevin, says Amy. Yes, please let him know that he's got people pulling for it. Amber says, Kevin, oh my, Jake and Amanda today too. Yikes. It's Friday the 13th, I'm telling you.
Ghost pipes they're tall and white. They look like a white rose, but they're all white.
I got you. Well, I have no idea what kind are growing in my yard, but they are white and they got the very textured underbelly, like little rows of lines under them, and that you can. And it looks like the filter on your air conditioner under the bottom.
And the ghost pipes are not mushrooms.
What it is, what about just some good old peyote? You can get it right in your house and just pluck it and take a trip and not even leave the farm. Peyote, I've heard good things about and bad things. Apparently, you throw up a lot, but it's worth it. Aaron says, dang, I just remembered I need gas. This has, I swear. Well, get gas, buddy. Amy says $30 for 8.33 gallons here, Aaron. Damn. It's up here, too. It's up to like, I think it was $3.72 or something like $3.52 maybe. It always goes up when we're fighting for some reason. Well, I know why, because it just, they got to pay for that stuff. So gas is how they do that. What it is says, what happened to your hand, Jake? I got in a motorcycle wreck today. Crash, no wreck. There's nobody else involved. We just crashed. Tire blew out. The one that I patched and was riding on. What's the white popcorn-looking ones? Asks Aaron. Not sure. White popcorn-looking mushrooms? I don't know. I can think of the little domed caps that grow up real short. Did you see the tops of them all over the place? Is that what you're talking about? Fab Daddy says, you know you're into mushrooms when you take spore prints. I've never heard of that. April says, dang, ouch. Linda's here. She says, good evening, all. Hi, Linda. How are you, sweet lady? Nice to see you. Amy says, that's popcorn shrimp mushrooms, Aaron. Kevin says, hello, Linda. And Aaron says, is it good? I don't know. Amy says, hi, Cookie.
Hamburger Hubberhand, Linda.
Aaron says,
listen, though.
listen, though.
Listen, though.
Listen, though. Litten, though.
Yeah, Litten, though.
Amy says, yes, it is, Aaron. When you come to visit, we'll go foraging in the woods. Scary. Or sexy. Whichever.
You gonna take him snipe hunting, Amy?
Aren't mushrooms a fungus, asks Kevin. Yes. There is a fungus among us.
People go crazy over them.
Amy says, Appalachian Foragers is her name. Appalachian Forager is her name.
The girl you're talking about that does the mushrooms on YouTube?
Is it?
Maybe.
She's a cute little girl. She definitely knows what she's doing, though. It ain't all about mushrooms. You ain't fooling anybody, young lady. But she's cute as a button. Fab Daddy says, yes. Amy says, Appalachian Forager lives just south of me in Kentucky. I knew she was out there somewhere in the woods. She lives in a RV, I think. Or a van. One of those decked out vans. Or at least she has one. I don't know if she lives in one. Aaron says, I'm not going in the woods with you. Thanks. Some horror movie shit. Right? You going to trip over a stick. Yeah, if you walk off in the woods, chances are you're not coming back. If you're walking in to the invite of someone else. Come on in the woods. Let's show you a little moonshine still. That's that deliverance kind of stuff. Before you walk into the woods with a person that invites you into the woods, watch the movie Deliverance. That's all I'm saying.
I take people in the woods to take them snipe hunting.
Judy says, sorry, Kevin. Usually a Honda, says Amber. What is? Aaron says, I need a snack. Yeah, you said you needed candy earlier. Get you a Pop-Tart or something. Or some popcorn.
He's right across the street from a pizza place. Go get some damn pizza.
Hell yeah. Amanda says,
I don't know. My chat just jumped.
the ghost pipe monotropa uniforma is fascinating. Non-photosynthetic flowering plant, not a mushroom, that appears white or pale pink and grows in dark forest environments. It is a parasitic plant.
Click down one below Amber. Go down 2 chats, and it's to finish it.
It is a parasitic plant that obtains nutrients and carbohydrates by tapping into underground network of mycelial fungi. Mitocortisol fungi that have a symbiotic relationship with trees. Yes, everything has a symbiotic relationship with everything else in this world. That's how you know it's from God. There's not one wasted thing. Everything requires something else to survive. Everything. Amber says, me too, green team. Fab has cinnamon rolls. Somebody's got the munchies. Can you eat that, says Aaron. Sounds like it. if you want to have a belly full of mitochondrial fungi. Fab Daddy says gas prices here are $4.59. At the Indian casinos, it's $5.59 in town. Yeah, it's going up for sure. Not real happy about that because it was down pretty low around here, under $3 a gallon.
It was under like $2.50 a gallon.
It got down pretty low. I don't know exactly how far it got down, but 2 something. But now it's back up to like $3.50 and above. Amy says, I got a free pizza today from the facility people for doing a good job and working the event this weekend. Nice. Was it a good pizza or just a cheese pizza? Is it fluid in his hand? No, it's just a goose egg. I banged it real hard. The swelling will go down in a couple days. It'll get nice and black tomorrow, I would imagine.
That's just where our hands hit the asphalt.
April says, in Publix with the boys, we're checking out. Thank God. I only had to get a couple of things. Now, why do you sound frantic and stressed out if you only had to get a couple of things? Checking out, thank God. It sounds like you're pulling your hair out already. Oh, Publix is expensive, says Aaron. Yes. So is Food Lion. So is the dollar store, by the way. What's up with that? It's supposed to be the dollar store, but it's not.
Dollar store is more expensive than Walmart on a lot of things.
On a lot of things, yeah. Kevin says, Fab Daddy, why is it cheaper at the casinos? Indians. Not sure. But cigarettes are cheaper at the casinos, too.
Yeah, a lot of stuff cheaper on the Indian land.
We don't have casinos here, per se, but we have Indian stores. Like, I don't know what you call them, but it's like a tobacco store where they sell all variety of tobacco objects, and it's all cheap. Hang on, my jet jumped.
9:53. Amy's comment.
Amy says, us country folk call it a mushroom. Right on. Fab Daddy says, exempt from state and federal taxes. Ah, that's why. Kevin says, that's why. John says it's because Iran and Russia are conspiring together to sea next to Iran, and that's why oil is going back up. That doesn't surprise me. Judy says, hey, Linda. And Fab Daddy says casinos must be on reservation land. Hi, Linda. How are you? You hadn't said nothing. Fab Daddy says, I read that one. Amy says, no, Aaron, you make an elixir out of it. Ah, make like a tea.
No, say or a tea, yeah.
It put hair on your chest. Kevin says, Fab Daddy, Indian casinos on reservations. Now I get it. Aaron says, can mushrooms go bad?
Yes.
That's a good question. I don't know.
Yes, they can.
Well, I mean, they're out in the wild, in the open. They're not refrigerated, so.
Do you want more coffee?
Yes, please.
All right, I'll be there in a minute.
Take your time. Agent Colin, hello. Welcome to the show. Hit that subscribe button. I think you've been here before.
I'll say he's been here before. Or she. I think it's, I don't remember. I think it's a boy.
I don't know. Identify yourself. Amy says, Aaron, mushrooms go bad very quickly unless you freeze dry them or make powder out of them. I did not know that. It's very good to know. Amber says, Kevin, just started one for you, buddy, as well. A prayer chain. Agent Collins says, hi. Hi. How are you? Are you a secret agent, man? Amanda says, hi, Agent Kylan. Hamburger helper hand. John says, hi, Linda. Heart. Agent says, hi. You don't have to keep saying it. We heard you. Aaron says, oh, like collagen mushrooms. Kevin says, Amber, my buddy is fine. His truck, not so much. Ooh, that's the part that sucks. Got to pay for that tailgate. I hope that guy had insurance. Amy says, we'll go fishing at the lake then, Aaron. No dragging you out in the woods. How about that? What it is says, I'm going to pray for you both for healing. Thank you, what it is. I appreciate that. I'll use all the prayers I can get. Thank you very much. And we're fine. We just got banged up a little bit. It wasn't a bad crash at all. We both got up more angrier than anything else. Amy says, or river fishing for those huge shark-sized flathead catfish. That's not a joke. I was in Texarkana one time, and we were driving up over an overpass, one of those circle-around deals that you go around and go up onto the overpass, and there was a lake down there at the bottom of it. And I looked out the window, and I saw a fin, like a shark fin. The fish had to have been the size of a Volkswagen Beetle. I'm not joking. I pointed it out. My mom saw it. It was huge, and I thought it was a shark. But when we stopped at a store, I told the guy in the store about it, and he said, yeah, there's a catfish. They have giant catfish there in Texarkana. So, yeah, that's a real story. I thought it was bullshit, but it's true. I saw one with my own eyes. That fish had to be the size of a Volkswagen Beetle. I'm not joking. But if you catch one, I want pictures of it. Aaron says, the lake fish. No, I'll stay on the seaside where Sally sells seashells down by the seashore. Amy says, hi, Agent Kyland. Agent Kyland says, you're cool, Untethered Live. Thank you very much. You're cool, too. I can't wait to get to know you a little bit. Amanda says, thank you, what it is, for the prayers. Amber says, anyway, it goes, Kevin. Anyway, it goes, Kevin. My prayer warriors are praying for him. Rough day regardless. Amen. Amy says, the lake, right? Kevin says, hello, Agent K. What it is says, fungus is my name and a riddle it may be. Fungus is my name and a riddle it may be. Portobello mushroom. I don't know. Aaron says, I know, Amy. I'm messing with you. I got to wake Leo up. He's dreaming and kicking me. Yeah, a dog that size, if he's dreaming and kicking you, I can see how that could get annoying quick. Amy says, I like it when Aaron messes with me. Oh, so sweet. A deluxe pizza premium. Nice. You got it all. Got the pepper and everything on it, huh? Mushrooms. Pepperoni and sausage and chunks of bacon. Nice, nice, nice. Cheese. Onions. Deluxe premium pizza. Very nice. I just like the meat pizza. I don't care for nothing else. I just like the meat pizza. The 3 meat. And I don't really care for the sausage part of that, but it's all right. I do like the little bacon chunks. Aaron says, uh-oh. Aaron says, $5 here for gas? That's crazy. It's crazy. What it is says, I take people and leave them there, D. You take people and leave them where? What it is. And why would you do that? Thank you, dear. Debbie says, casinos don't have to pay the federal taxes or state taxes. Their land is owned by the tribe, and they have their own government, too. But they definitely have their own cops. I know that. Aaron says, I need a casino, right? And I was thinking that very same thing, out to declare myself a Native American tribe and start a casino right here at the house. What it is coffee. It's good too. Thank you. Kevin says, Debbie, I was thinking of casinos here in New Jersey. We don't have them here in North Carolina, I don't think. I've never seen one. Aaron says, a pimp has a casing hoe. Right on. Amber says, my grandmother swore mushrooms never go bad. I don't know. I have no idea. But Amy says they do, quickly. Amy says, I've got a casino game that I play on Messenger. Cool. Like slot machines. Blackjack. Debbie says, well, those casinos sell things cheap to get you in the door and then gamble your savings away. Oh, yeah. Well, the house always wins, that's for sure. They definitely have a system, and they know how to use it. I've never spent any time in a casino, but I have a sneaking suspicion that if I did, it would not go well for me. I'd probably be getting my legs broke by the end of the night. Some guy named the Thumb or something. Fab Daddy says, Amy, you can pickle mushrooms too. Gross. I don't think I've ever heard of that. That don't sound appealing at all. I think I'd rather eat a pickled pig's feet. Amber says, what it is? I have a fresh cup of coffee. Do you? I do. Right here. John says, mushrooms shrivel up and go wrinkly when they go bad. Nice. Mine too.
I know of other things that shrivel up and go wrinkly when they go bad too.
Yeah. Aaron says, the woods in Florida, yes, it's different. Yeah, there's not very much woods in Florida. If you get up to the very top of Florida, there's some, but down around where you live, it's like 20 miles to a lake in any direction. So, Linda says, I had to talk to my kids. They are at the roller skating rink and are getting out now. Nice. I have not been to a roller skating rink since I was 15 years old. I didn't even know they still did that. That's amazing.
Yeah, but it's not like it was when we were kids.
When I was a kid, they used to lock you in there and leave you there all night long.
Yeah, they still have lock-ins and stuff, but nothing like, I mean, it was an every weekend thing for us, and it's not like that anymore.
Well, I remember it being a big deal. I mean, everybody wanted to go to the skating rink.
It's not like that anymore. They're too busy playing video games and stuff.
Kevin says, Fab Daddy, I've had pickled portobello mushrooms. Very good. Fab says, dried mushrooms, a.k.a. dehydrated shiitake mushrooms. Yum. I'll stay away from the mushrooms. Aaron says, fire ants will ruin a trip in the woods real fast. They can. Especially if you go to Africa. They got ants that are like that big, fire ants. Those will really ruin your day.
What about that spider?
Or South America.
What about that spider you saw today or yesterday?
Oh, yeah. There's a spider the size of a dog in the Congo. It's a real thing. They've got footage of it now. It was a legend for years that nobody even believed was real, but now they've got a picture of it. And that thing is scary looking. It looks like a tarantula, but the size of a dog. And I do not want to go to I don't want to go to that continent knowing that thing is in there. Kevin says, Amanda, how bad is the motorcycle?
It's not too bad. Got a busted light and the pegs are bent.
It scuffed up my windshield on one side. I got to bend my road bars back out. It's just Not
It's
that bad.
cosmetic, basically, except for the one light that's got to be completely replaced.
Yeah, I might have to replace the whole light bar, but I needed to do that anyway, so.
We took the brunt of it.
We weren't moving when we hit the ground. We were moving when we started skidding, and then we stopped and fell over, but really hard.
We were moving a little bit, not much, though. I got pictures of the skid marks. We were moving.
We were skidding, and then we stopped, and we fell over. We were not moving when we hit the ground. We hit the ground hard on the left. We did not slide. We stopped and fell over. I remember. I was in the front. It wasn't that bad. It was just a little scuffle. As far as motorcycle wrecks go, that was a pretty good one. Could have been much, much worse. Fab Daddy says, rehydrating some, amen.
Some ramen.
And some ramen.
Ramen's nasty.
Yeah, I guess you could put a mushroom in ramen noodles. That'd be all right.
I only eat ramen when I have to.
No. There's real ramen.
Yeah, but...
We're not talking about the packets. Ramen is really good. But they make it. It's not freeze-dried.
I don't care for a bunch of Chinese food, so...
But it's got chicken in it. Anything with chicken in it's good. Amy says, dehydrated chit of wood, dehydrated chit of the wood too, Fab. I don't know what that means.
Chicken of the woods.
Chicken of the woods. Yeah. Kevin says, Aaron, fire ants will ruin anything. When I was a kid, I was 18 or 19 years old, we were stucco in a house in Florida. And my brother-in-law's brother said, hey, I'll give you my whole paycheck if you can leave your hand in that fire ant bed for a minute. I said, all right. He made pretty good money, so I was like, yeah, I'll do it. I stuck my hand in that fire ant bed, and I started counting, and I got to right at a minute. I didn't quite make it, and I had to let go. So I lost my paycheck. And I had fire ant burns all the way up to my elbow. You don't want to do that. It's very painful. And also, don't bet your paycheck. It never works out. I suppose I'm lucky it didn't make me sick. Aaron says, what happens if you eat bad mushrooms?
You'll be sick.
You probably expel bad mushrooms. Amy says, chicken of the woods. I can't walk and type at the same time. I can't either. John says, Linda, that's so fun. Bring me right back in the day roller skating. Right on. Yeah, it was a big deal when I was a kid. All the girls wanted to go to the roller skating rink. I only went once or twice. I'm not very sporty, and I certainly am not very good on wheels, apparently. Amy says, you get sick, Aaron. Right. Or bad trip, says Kevin. LOL. Aaron says, word, Kevin. Word. I love that word. I wish they'd bring it back. Where are we at?
10:05.
Aaron says, yep, I will try the bad ones. That'll definitely make you sick. Fab Daddy says, you can die. Organs can stop working if you eat angel death caps. Yeah, don't eat those. Are those the ones that poof on you when you step on them? Don't eat those. They used to call them something. Devil something or other. Devil's breath or devil dust, something like that. The little gray ones, and if you step on them, they'll poof black smoke. Don't eat those. Amy says, no, don't, Aaron. Linda says, right, Nugget. This area is like going back in time, except for the meth addicts. Yeah, that'll put a damper on your time travel. I bet they could all build a time-traveling machine, though. Out of curtain rods and duct tape and a lot of enthusiasm. Amy says, you'll crap your pants. No pants, and I'm not cleaning it up. Aaron says, if Jake's hand looks like that, then the concrete must have a hole in it. Like the joke, you should see the other guy. Right. Well, it definitely got out of my way. Amber says, I never went skating. It looks fun, though. It is fun, but it's very difficult. I don't know how people do that. I'm not very balanced, apparently, because I can't do it. I got to where I could skate forward, you know.
I used to do all kinds of stuff. I used to play limbo and everything.
All the people that turn around backwards and swirl around, and I can't do all that stuff. If I did that, I would fall flat on my face or my ass. There's no way. I don't know how they even get around backwards. I can't even figure out the mechanics of turning around on them. I got an 8-point turn if I do it. Stepping.
Well, you walk funny anyway, so.
Hey, watch your mouth. Aaron says, I don't like mushrooms and safe. I'm safe. Right? What it is says mushrooms are sometimes called landfish. Really? I've never heard anybody call it that.
Me either.
Amanda?
Kevin, it's not bad. It's fixable. We took the worst of it, I think.
It's just another aggravating thing I got to fix, that's all. I can't seem to win for losing.
Just something else to set us back.
Life's a beach, and then you go swimming. Driving down the interstate, running 30 minutes late, singing Margaritaville and holding somewhere. There you go. That's how my day's going. How's yours? It's just another day in the neighborhood. Kevin says, my trick to gambling is don't take money I'm not willing to lose. Yep, that whole stop when you're halfway down, that don't work for me. I'm a go all the way kind of guy. So I would say take money I plan on spending and leave money at the house. But I can't do it. Aaron says, so if bad ones make you poop, that could be used as a laxative. It'll definitely clean you out, get you some good old colon blow going. Amy says, or you could suffer organ failure, Aaron, like Fab said. And Aaron says, oh, so they turn to poison. Yeah, let's not eat those. Linda says, it's like that still here, Amanda. They go every weekend. It's good that they've got something to do that keeps them off the street. That's nice. I wish they would do more of that and also bring back, like, the theaters at the mall, the $1 theaters. That would be cool. Or drive-ins. That would be a cool thing to bring back. Why did we get rid of those things? Why can't we rent movies anymore? I don't get it. Everything's streaming now, and streaming is expensive. And even if you could stream movies, why did we get rid of rental stores? That's a whole thing. You and your family would go and then pick out movies, and it's a bonding. Yet it's a moment that you have together, picking out your favorite movies and looking at movies down the list and talking about the ones you like and stuff. It's a family get-together that we used to do every day or every week, and we don't do it anymore. And there's no good reason why we don't. Movie rental places did not have to disappear. They took them away just because. There's no good reason why we don't have them anymore. Why did Blockbuster go out of business? Netflix. because they saw the writing on the wall and didn't want to face the consequences. I don't know. They didn't try very hard. They just went out of business. Makes no sense at all. I miss that. And phone booths. Why don't we have phone booths anymore? John says, I've seen it too. The spider. The big one? Oh, yeah, that's a big joker. I don't know. Could be real. Might be AI. You have to question everything nowadays. Aaron says, that might be useful. Having something that'll shut organs down. Yeah, it could be. Amy says, arachnophobia. If it's the size of a dog, it's arachnocommonsensea. Stay the hell away from that thing. Spiders, shutters, says Aaron.
He's got a spider heebie-jeebies going on over there.
Yeah, me too. Fab Daddy says, stay away from most small brown mushrooms. Those will get you sick. Most abundant. Only a few are choice edibles. That's why you need a mushroom hunter to go pick your mushrooms. Don't ever try your own luck at it. Amy says, right, Fab, toadstools. Aaron says, how much to lay in a box full of spiders? You'd have to go $1 million. There ain't no way.
I'll lay in a box full of spiders.
I will too, but you're going to make it worth my while because it ain't something I want to do at all.
Now, see, if Jake does it, we get to laugh because he's going to throw a hissy fit.
I'm very calm under pressure.
I'll just take a couple deep breaths, close my eyes, and lay down until I'm out.
Nope, I will bust all of my teeth gritting them.
That's what I'm saying.
In the dark with a lid on it? No, $2 million. For 2 minutes? I could do that for $2 million. $1 million a minute. That's what I'll do. $2 million buys a lot of therapy. That's all I'm saying. John says Chinese chicken and mushroom broth. Right on. I'm
game, Aaron.
Aaron says, how much? $2 million. That's my price. Everybody has a price, and I'll do anything if it's right. Almost anything. There's some things I won't do. And believe me, I won't like it. This will not be fun, but I will do it for $2 million. I'll survive to spend that $2 million, even if I got to medicate some spider bites and get some new teeth. If it's daddy long leg spiders, I'll do it for nothing. Yeah. Amy says, I'll do it for nothing. I'll do it. Their teeth are too small to pierce human flesh. Yes. The most deadly animal on the planet, and it can't bite you. That must be humiliating at the daddy long leg department store.
LOL, Aaron. I don't know.
They're non-poison, just big. Spiders? Yeah, it's not about poison. I'm not scared of poison. I'm scared of creepy crawlies. Now, I wouldn't even call it scared. It's fright. You know, that kind of thing. I'm not scared of spiders, but my body reacts to it like, I don't like it.
I think they're cool.
Aaron says, that's the rules, right? Well, if they're non-poisonous, I'd probably do it for less than $1 million. Not much less. I mean, come on.
$10.15.
Yeah. Fab Daddy says, there is a look-alike of chicken of the woods. It'll get you sick. Just make sure you got someone that knows before digesting fungus. Amen.
die.
I agree with that. Aaron says, like big as camel spiders. Those jokers, the ones that are like in Kandahar. I don't think I could live in that country. And they have pincers.
Pinchers.
I don't need them. I said it right. Amy says they're extremely poisonous. They just can't bite people. Right. Daddy long legs. Yeah, they're very poisonous. They just can't bite you. But if you grind them into powder and pour them in somebody's drink, maybe. Don't do that. Aaron says, yet. Kevin says, smiley, smiley, smiley. Amanda?
I'd lay in a box of snakes too, LOL. I would have nailed fear factor until it came to eating some animal balls or something like that.
Drink a quart of horse cum.
Yeah, or rotten pig tongue or some shit like that. Yeah, I would have been all right till all that.
Yeah, I was going to say, have you seen Fear Factor?
Yes,
it
I
ain't
have.
just laying with cockroaches.
No. But as far as being in animals,
it gets progressively worse.
And doing stuff like that, the drinking nuts and cum and blood and that stuff, I probably would have had issues. I mean, I probably could have gotten through some of it, but
you heard Joe Rogan talking about it, why they got pulled off the air. Because they were going to actually make somebody drink bull cum on TV.
Well, yeah, they were drinking all kinds of cum. Horse cum and cow cum and eating cow balls. And
Well, that's what got them pulled off the air. And also, they didn't have the best safety practices. They had a guy fighting a bull, and the bull wasn't trained, and they didn't have anything prepared. They just sent him in there with a bull. They thought, well, it'll be all right. It won't be all right. That's bad. Amy says, they are. My grammar and punctuation are slacking tonight. And I hear you.
Daddy Longlegs, they're cool.
They are cool. Those spiders don't bother me. There are a couple of spiders that don't bother me. Jumping spiders don't bother me.
Jumping spiders are fascinating.
Yeah. It's the wolf spiders and the brown recluses and the black widows and things like that freak me out. The creepy crawlies. There are calm-looking spiders that don't bother me. Regular old house spiders, such like that.
Like that big old wolf spider you had on your desk.
Yeah, that one bothered me.
I took a picture of it sitting on his desk and sent it to him. I said, I'm going to leave this here. You can put him outside when you get home. He goes, that thing better not be there when I get home.
I will shoot it.
So I took him and put him outside and let him go.
Amber says, time to hit the bowl. Almost insulin and seizure meds time. Take care of that for sure. Amy says, chocolate-covered grasshoppers. You'll eat the bugs and be happy. Soros. Right. No, he won't. Jake will not eat the bugs. Aaron says, well, you would have to breathe in the box, so you would eat some spiders.
Do you realize how many spiders and bugs that you eat in your sleep anyway?
That's what they say. I've never caught myself doing it. I have had a rat chewing on my rat tail when I woke up in the morning once. I had a rat tail back in the 80s. You know what a rat tail is?
Yes.
And I literally had a rat eating my rat tail off. I woke up to it. Freaked me out. I thought that was ironic. Aaron says, nope, I read that one. Amber says, as kids, we'd catch Granddaddy Longlegs and play with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're fun. Bouncy. Fab Daddy says, the poof ball mushroom goes poof. Must get when young, spongy like flesh. Or whatever that devil's breath or devil's dandruff or whatever it's called.
The white flower?
No, it's a little brown or black mushroom, and you step on it, it goes poof and leaves like a mist in the air.
Oh, I don't know.
I guess those are spores, but you're not supposed to breathe it. Those always freaked me out as a kid. And then when I got older, I'd like to step on them and create like a fog that lays across the ground. 'Cause if you got in a patch of them, you can make it look like dry ice fog laying. But that's probably very dangerous. I didn't know any better, though. Aaron says, now they skate and film it and make videos. It's popular again. I can see that.
Yeah.
That'd be perfect for TikTok. What about the Chinese people with the grandpa mask on? You ever see those guys? And they do the little robot dance to the annoying music. That's definitely a thing over there. Japanese, I think, or Chinese. I'm not sure which. But he's wearing an old man mask. A young guy wearing an old man mask. He's quite popular wherever he's from. It's all over TikTok and YouTube. Amy says, yes, puffballs have to be pure white inside, too. Once they turn yellowish, they're not good for eating. Amber says, I wasn't allowed to go skating because of cheer and softball. When I got older, no interest in it. I hear you. And what it is says, word up. Everybody say. That's a good song. W-O-R-D up. Sorry. I had an 80s flashback. Aaron says they dance and get in the way. Well, that's the case anywhere. I haven't had the experience yet where a young girl runs up in front of me and starts filming herself, but I see people doing that on the internet all the time. It is definitely a little, it's Soylent Green is what it is. Have you ever seen that movie, Soylent Green? You should watch that. It's very prophetic. They're eating the people. That spider better keep its ass in the Congo, says Aaron. I'm with you. I don't even want to go to that continent. I don't want to go to Egypt because it's in Africa and it's somewhere within walking distance of the Congo for a spider. I'm not going. Fab Daddy says, everybody have a wonderful night. Heal up. Peace. Thank you. I appreciate it, and we're planning on it. I'm going to take a very long nap after the podcast, and I'll probably wake up Sunday. Amanda says,
Night, Fab. Thanks.
Amy says, good night, Fab. Kevin says, good night, Fab. Melinda says, good night, Fab. Aaron says, LOL. Tell everyone you got into a bar fight with a ghost, right? I'll tell everybody the ground called me a sissy and I took offense to it.
Right.
John says, we had Blockbusters over here too, and my kids loved it. Oh, yeah. I love taking somebody to go rent a movie. Because like I said, it's a whole thing. It's a process. You go in, you walk around, you look at the new releases, you look at the, science fiction aisle and the action aisle or whatever. You talk about movies, you look at the boxes. It's a whole thing. It's very tactile. And then you go up, you ask the guy if he recommends anything that you haven't seen. And, I miss that. I miss that interaction.
Stand in Blockbuster for 45 minutes reading the back of the cases to see what the movie's about.
Yes, I miss that. It's a good way for families to get together. Then you go home and watch some great movies, and it's fun.
Then you go in the back and get good movies.
Those aren't good movies. You never even see more than 15 minutes of them.
Well, they were when you were teenagers.
Still never seen more than 15 minutes of them. There's an entire genre of movies nobody ever seen the ending of.
Well, you men maybe.
John says, nope, I read that one too. Aaron says, 2 and 5, Fab. He beat you to it. Ha-ha, touche. Amy says, video killed the radio star. The internet killed the video rental business. Unfortunately, it looks that way. Judy says, I want a phone booth. Me too. I miss them. I mean, everybody's got one in their pocket now, but
All right. I'll say your phone booth is your pocket or your purse or your bra.
just because you can do a thing don't mean you should. Aaron says, they said no. Who said no? I must have missed that one. John says, or lay in box for free of spiders. I would never lay in a box of spiders for free. I wouldn't even be in that conversation for free. I wouldn't even know the people that would put something like that on for free. Amy says, I did not know that, Aaron. Oh, I see. I skipped one. Aaron says, Amy, did you know that Netflix tried to partner with Blockbuster? I didn't know that either. I know that for a while you could order a movie from Netflix and they'd send it to you in the mail in a little envelope. When you'd watch the movie, keep it as long as you wanted to. But when you were done with it, you put it back in the envelope, stick it in the mail, and it'd go back to them. That you could do that for a long time. That's what I did in college. And that seemed like a cool idea. And then next thing you know, they had Netflix the way it is now. But when it started, it was like Redbox, only through the mail. Oh, that's what they said no to. Yeah. Blockbuster partnering with Netflix, they said no. And then Amy says, I didn't know that. Makes sense. Sorry I missed that one. What?
I'm just chuckling at Aaron's comment. Go ahead.
My chat jumped. I got to get back up there.
10:25.
Amy says, I didn't know that, Aaron. And Aaron says, then they railroaded them. They have a documentary called The Last Blockbuster. I'd like to see that. Yeah, I didn't know that they tried to partner with them. Aaron says, yep, they laughed at him. Well, who's laughing now, I guess? Amy says, 2 minutes on a box of spiders, clothes on or off? At that point, I don't think it matters. I would say off because that way they can't crawl up inside your pants.
No, I would say leggings and a tight-fitting shirt or taping your sleeves.
Yeah, if I could duct tape my holes, yeah.
Especially us females, that's the last thing we need is to be in a box of spiders and have them getting orifices they have no business being in.
Yeah, that would suck. But if your clothes are off, you don't have that problem with crawling up in your pants.
Yeah, well, you ain't got nothing protected neither.
That's true, but they're not in places you can't see.
That's like what are them worms or whatever that are in some ponds and creeks and stuff that crawl up inside you.
In your urethra? It's a little parasite that'll get up in there. It might be a worm, I'm not sure. Aaron says, play Superman's song for Judy so she can have a phone booth. Dun, 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 dun. Naked, tied up spiders. No. Because tie me up too, that's even worse. The spiders are tied up, says Amy. Yeah, now you're talking. Tie up the spiders and they just be in there like, Amber says, Fear Factor had many episodes of challenges laying with different kinds of spiders. No thanks. I'll stay poor forever. Well, you wasn't getting rich off of Fear Factor. I think their top prize was 10 grand or something like that.
No, 25, I think.
It might have been. It wasn't $1 million.
No, I think it was third is 10, second is 15, and first is 25.
When they first came out, I remember thinking, that's such a ripoff because The Price is Right, you win $1 million. Or, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? It seemed like all the game shows was $1 million,
And didn't have to do that crazy
And
stuff.
didn't have to do all that. And then it's about, you win $25,000. Really? I'd rather play Price is Right.
And keep your dignity from not having to do all that.
Aaron says, nope. You are naked, tied up with spiders covered in a box in the dark. $2 million. Amy says, teeny tiny little mini handcuffs for the spiders. You need 4 sets per side.
Per spider.
Per spider. Right. Aaron says, big camel spiders. The dookie shoot killer.
You make you poop all over yourself. You ain't careful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't want nothing to do with those camel spiders. Them things are gross looking. Judy says, that's when we stopped watching Fear Factor, Amanda.
Right.
Amy says, I don't watch shows like that. I watched it when it first came out. I didn't, follow it or anything. It got kind of weird. And then all the game shows around started trying to do things like it. Survivor. That show started doing weird stuff. Amanda says,
LOL, Judy.
John says, there's a program on here. I am a celebrity. Get me out of here. They're eating kangaroo anuses and bull penises.
Ugh.
It's called Get Me Out of Here. Or are you saying you're a celebrity on that show? You've been on that show? Is that what you're saying? Are you saying you ate a kangaroo penis? That sounds like quite a confession there, John. Amy says, I don't have a streaming service, nor do I have satellite or cable. It didn't fit into my budget, but I've got YouTube, and that's all I need, really. That's all I got.
Well, we have internet.
Yeah, well, we got internet, so I've got Amazon Prime, but that's because it comes with the Walmart thing.
No, Paramount comes with the Walmart.
Whatever.
And Amazon comes with our phones.
Whatever. Stop correcting me.
Well, I'm just...
John says, I've eaten sheep eyeballs. Well, yeah, you're British. It's called haggis.
I mean, when you get a little extra money, get you a Roku. They have free streaming services. You can watch TVs and movies for free.
Yeah, Roku's pretty cheap.
But she doesn't have internet, so it won't work.
Yeah, I guess. Cow brains taste like bone marrow, says Amy. That's how you get mad cow disease.
Ugh.
Aaron says, the hell you say, cow brains? I know that squirrel brains have the consistency of peanut butter. I know that. Apparently, when I was a kid, I ate some because my grandmother ate that. Crack open the head with a spoon and just suck it out. I don't remember it, though, thank God. Amy says, if it connects, Amanda, I live in the middle of nowhere, no cell service or internet. Oof, that's rough. I can't imagine not having internet. Amanda says,
where? LOL, Aaron, and okay, Amy.
Amy says, I can connect to a Wi-Fi. It's $10 a month. Ah. Well, if you had Wi-Fi, you could use Roku because that's how it works. But I think the Roku's like $15, $20, something like that for the little device. It's not very expensive, but you got to have internet. Amber says, hugs and good night, Fab. Have a wonderful night. And Judy says, good night, Fab. Amy says, cow brains, Aaron. I don't like it, but some people think it's a delicacy. Yep, I'll stay away from eating the brains. Some people eat monkey brains, too, in some countries, as a delicacy. And John says, top shelf. Aaron says, hell to the gnaw. Not eating cow brains. And cow tongue, says Amy. I'll never be hungry enough to eat those parts of a cow. Cow testicles, too.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that eat cow tongue.
That's called mountain oysters, ain't it?
No, that's testicles.
That's what
Oh, I thought you were talking about the tongue. Yeah, testicles are oysters, mountain oysters.
Amy says. Chitlins, that's the guts.
Ugh, that's
And they
nasty.
wash the guts out and chop them up and cook them in a stew. Gross. And I think that's pigs. Chitlins.
Pig intestine, isn't it?
I think so. Aaron says nasty. Amy says blech.
Nasty, stinky ass stuff, Amy.
Amy says right, Amanda? Blech. Aaron says, take my black card. I don't eat no chitlins.
That's what I was laughing at earlier. LOL, Aaron.
Well, I grew up in the dirty, dirty, deep South, and I don't eat them either. I don't eat anything that smells like shit.
It's a black thing.
It's not a black thing. It's primarily a black thing. But lots of people eat chitlins in the South, and I'm not doing it.
I don't know. I know a lot of black people eat them on the regular.
Well, the reason is because that's how they were raised. You don't waste no part of the animal. They eat the ears of a pig, the nose, the feet, the tail.
Yeah, they make pickled pig's feet and all kinds of stuff.
They don't waste nothing. And they used to call it the chitlin circuit. It's where all the musicians would play around the South, where like Chubby Checkers and, Elvis and all them would go in this big circle around the South.
All right.
And the reason they called it that is because every time they'd stop at a roadside cafe to eat, they served chitlins. So they just started calling it the chitlin circuit. And that was a big thing back in the Hank Williams Sr. days. But I'll never be that hungry, I don't think. I mean, I'll kill a dog and eat it before I'll eat chitlins. Aaron says, about $7 a month. Spiders. About $7 a month, spiders. Eating them when you sleep. Yeah, I've heard that. I've never caught myself eating one, though. Amber says, Jake and Amanda, I'm putting y'all a get well card in the mail. I know y'all are well. I just don't have a sorry you were in a crash card yet. The point is the same. Well, thank you, honey, but you could just say that. You don't have to send us a card for that. But if you want to, you can.
See, I think she likes making cards and putting all the little
That's all well and
trinkets
good.
and stuff in it. That's cool.
We'll accept it. Thank
I've
you.
seen them hummingbirds you made. Those are pretty.
Devil's tooth mushroom. It might be that. I don't know. I can't remember. I think we used to call them devil's breath or devil's something devil. Anyway, I was a kid, but I do remember it. Devil's dandruff, maybe. I can't remember what it was called. Devil dust. Amanda says.
Oh, thanks, Amber.
Amber says, Nugget, I'm making you a birthday card next. And Amy, I'm happy you had an awesome day. You go, girl. Amber, you were just overflowing with sweetness. You were a very bubbly and happy person. I like to see that. And John says, "Aw, Amber, thank you. You're so sweet, heart." Amy says it takes a couple of weeks to send a card to England, Amber. You better get on that right away. Amber says, hugs, friends, and family. Y'all have a blessed night. Amber, God bless you, sweet lady. Sleep well. Judy says, LOL, Aaron. And Amy says, you have to buy international postage, and that's so sweet, Amber.
No.
Amy says, good night, Amber.
My chat jump.
You're at 10:43, and it's your comments.
I figured it was. I knew it was getting close to my comment. Nighters, Amber. And no, regular postage will send it in. He got my Christmas card, and I sent it with just a forever stamp.
Amber says, no, you don't, Amy. I've already mailed cards overseas. Nuggy isn't my first international friend. Regular postage works. The 2-week part, very true. Amy says, it cost me $1.70 to send a Christmas card to Nugget. My postmaster lied to me. Shakes my fist at him. Yeah, I found that out, too. They will lie to you. Because they're trying to make all the money they can make. I'm going to a different post office next time. Smart move. Amber says, weird. I use forever stamps. To get them there, just put 2 stamps. And John says, nope, there's a show. I'm not eating nothing down below.
Oh, is that the name of the show? That's funny.
Aaron says, I remember wait to be old enough to go to a rated R movies. Yes, I remember that too. I remember being mad because I couldn't get in to see rated R movies. I was a big movie buff back in those days. I love movies. I hate them now, but that's because they got woke and stupid. But there was a trick. You could go to the drive-in, and they didn't check the cars. So you get to see all the rated R titties you wanted to see then. And that was back in the day when they made movies with a lot of titties in them. They don't do that anymore. It's all, oh, we got to be all conscious. Ruined movies is what they did. Amber says, okay, insulin time. Blah. Jake and Amanda, get some rest. I already have several praying for y'all. Thank you, dear. We love you. Amy says, mad cow disease was caused by an aggravating chicken. Not true, but funny. Yep, pissed them cows right off. Amanda?
I used one forever stamp. He got his Christmas card when I sent it. But Amber likes to make her mail kind of heavy, LOL.
Right. Aaron says, okay, the AI Jesus ad is wild. I don't think I've seen that. The other partner was Redbox, but they said no also, talking about the Blockbuster thing. The last Blockbuster. I'm going to look that up when we get done. Amber says, Amanda, yes, I do. Heart. Lots of love stuffed inside. Absolutely.
That's right, Amber.
Aaron says, 30 years later, you see why Netflix went woke and corrupted. I do. Or you see why Netflix went woke and was corrupted. They were probably that way to start with. And that's probably, Blockbuster probably had the sense enough not to go in that direction. John says, in Arabic countries, they boil goat heads. Oh, yeah. Amy says, I didn't get my card. I got Christmas card, but no Valentine's. Amber doesn't want to be my Valentine. Oh. Aaron says, I got to fix that.
As a two-parter, you can read it. That's what you were talking about.
Puffball mushrooms, genera calvadia, lycoperdon, calbavista, baby, are fungi with ball-shaped fruiting bodies that release clouds of brown or olive spores when mature and disturbed by rain, wind, or touch. They didn't tell me what they were called.
Keep going. I did.
Okay.
Puffball mushrooms.
They lack gills and are edible when young, pure white inside, but turn to spore dust at maturity.
The general calvadia, leprechaun, calabista thing is what they're called.
Okay. I was talking about the nickname then.
Puffball.
Devil's dust.
Well, that's what I put in, and that's what it came up as.
It's a southern thing. They probably don't have it.
Right.
Aaron says, I didn't get you nothing for Valentine's Day. You got to fix that. Amy comment, I got it. Monkey Juice says, I'll be your Valentine's, Amy. Hey, Monkey Juice. Amy says, Monkey Juice. Aaron says, too late. She's got one.
Monkey hamburger helper hand.
Y'all like, subscribe, share, support, join, and... All right. It's 10:57, and I'm almost at the bottom of the chat.
Yes.
Judy says, bye, Amber, and hey, Monkey. Where'd it go? There it is. Judy says, it cost me £4 to send cards off to America, says John. Wow. That's a lot. Amy says, thanks, but I am disinclined to acquire your request, Monkey. To acquiesce to your request, Monkey. I can read if I can see. Aaron says, I don't think I could do the box that fill with sand slowly. Yeah, that's freaky too. Being buried alive. I have nightmares about being stuck in little tunnels, like a cul-de-sac or the little tunnel that goes under the road. For some reason in my dream, I'm crawling in it and I get stuck and I can't go backwards and I can't go forwards. And I'm just sitting there knowing that I'm going to have to die eventually. It's terrifying. Ugh. It's worse than heights. Amy says, I'm clocking out and going home, y'all. Have a great weekend. Amy, God bless you. Sweet dreams. We love you. We'll see you next time.
Night, Amy.
Monkey Juice says, LOL. Kevin says, I'm calling it a night. Good night, everybody. Kevin, thank you for being here, my friend. God bless you. And tell your friend we're rooting for him. And I hope that the writer is okay, too. Have a good night, and we love you. Aaron says, I'll talk to you soon, Amy. Amy says, absolutely, Aaron. Kissy, kissy.
Night, Kevin.
Aaron and Amy sitting in a tree. KISSING. Word up. John says, good night, Kevin. And Judy says, bye, Kevin. Aaron says, Linda, you are loved. Linda has been very quiet tonight. Linda says, thank you, Aaron. So are you. Heart exclamation point. Aaron says, nope, on the weird pig parts. Me too. I like regular old bacon and pulled pork. I will stay there. We don't need to get into the extremities. Aaron's like,
go ahead.
What?
I was fixing to read my thing.
Read your thing.
And nighters, I'll see you tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on Untethered Live for Politi-Tics. Much love, y'all.
Right on. Thank you all for joining us tonight. I'm going to go lay down now and lick my wounds. Have a great night. God bless you all. I'll see you tomorrow night. And come get politi-tickled with me. We're going to have a good time. Sorry, I had an unexpected phone call, says Linda. That's all right. You okay? Everything all right? Good? John says, going to say good night to you all, beautiful people. John, God bless you, my friend. Thank you for being here. We'll see you next time. Linda says, good night, all.
Good night, y'all.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.